Hello. Finally get to sit down for a sec. Thought it'd be a little later. I had to scarf down the pizza. Oh yeah. Nope. Wait. Oh, okay. We're going to be ending a little earlier tonight. We're only running until 8, so about 2 hours. We have a lot of stuff to do tonight. And we have to get to bed super early. This is our last stream for a week, though. We are headed to Montana in these wee hours in the morning here, so we're got to get up at like 4 in the morning. But we were gone until technically we're back Saturday night. But we're not going to stream Sunday because we're going to be doing like a run around and everything, and we're going to be exhausted when we get back, and I don't want to like then take the one last day I have before a 5-day week of work to have half of it for stream. So we're going to have no stream until next Tuesday. It's going to be interesting because we're like, I don't know what the... I'm actually kind of curious. What's the elevation over there? Oh, it's only 5,900 feet. Oh, wait. Oh, it says it can vary by, like, a good bit, though, so... Yeah, and that's like a good 400 or 4,000 feet above where we are now. I remember there was a spot in Colorado. Actually, now I'm curious. Okay, so I've been up to 6,000 feet before. I think I've been to 7 or 8 for a little while, so it'll be interesting. And so I can see what we can do, but it's just bad timing. No, I haven't really packed yet. I got to get that. Got to pack, but also we have suits, so I have to figure out how the like suit thing that I have for gathering stuff up works. And there's a couple logistical things I need to get figured out before we go. And I never like rushing for packing because it always feels like you missed something. I learned that from many conventions, so. As long as we have the suit stuff, I don't care if I like forget my phone. Well, actually, that could make it rough. That would actually be pretty rough. But, I mean, I can probably manage. Cheers, Starfire. I wanted to pack before stream, but I needed to go get my hair cut. And so I did like a online like check-in thing, and it said 40 minutes. And so I put it in 40 minutes before I left from work. And then like those appointments took a while, and so it still got delayed. Hello, Edward. Hello, Starfire. Hello, Sunset. Hello, Matt. Hello, Harry. And hello, Nolan. Oh, and I must have said, so thank you for the resubs, too, for 60 months. That's 5 years. Exactly 5 years. I did the math on that one right. Thank you very much. It's Argo Man and his crew, Big Mike. I don't know. That doesn't seem like an appropriate nickname for Mike. He's well, okay, if he's Big Mike with his big soup, because it's always big soup time. When does Michael go to the mountains again? Tomorrow. We We fly out at 6:20 in the morning. We have a layover in Denver, which is, I guess, about the same elevation, whatever. And then we land in Montana, like around noon. No, 10:30. But then we have to get our rental car and drive down to the place, which is about an hour south of Bosman or something like that. No, not an hour. It's less than an hour, but it sounds like we might be stopping somewhere for lunch. So we're still figuring. We have our schedules for our flight and the rental stuff, but after that, I'm pretty sure there are things, but we don't really know any of the details. We only just got some of them recently, so we're kind of just we're just kind of gonna show up, and then wherever we are, that's what we're doing, I guess. You saw the deadline about 2 hours ago. Snuck up. Well, I the year is confusing me a lot. I guess I keep I organize all my streams, and I was putting the month and the date on all the like folders, and they kept disappearing. I was like, where are they going? And I realized it was because I was in the 2025 folder, so when I put it in alphabetized, it was throwing it to the top of the group, and it was just disappearing. I had to go and make a new folder. Be careful not to be munched upon by the monstrous Montana mountain mice. Sure, I will bring some mice spray. No, the only concern I have with the mountains is just the elevation. Being so we're not just lower elevation. I think we're at like 1,300 feet here, so it's a good distance different. And we want it just means that they say drink a lot of water and limit your alcohol consumption because it will affect you quicker. Which to me sounds like it's just cheaper. Okay. Anyway. We're going to see if we can get a little bit of work done on this. Like I said, though, we're going to be ending a little early, though, so we can get some of that stuff done. I want to try to be in bed by, 9 or 10 at max. Well, okay, I can't be in bed by 9, but I want to try to be in bed by at least 10. So I get, a good solid 6 hours. Keep Michael away from the mead. There is a brewery up there that it sounds like it was pretty nice, but we'll just have to see on timing and stuff. Again, we kind of were we don't know what we're doing when we arrive. So, that first day, and so we were asked about plans, and then now I don't think those are plans. Now there's other plans, but we're not really a part of the discussions. We're just part of the result, I think. So, don't know. Anyway, I think last time we were trying to set up just some of the little background things. I think I needed to add a little more detail to the person back here. I want to try to have it so that there's probably 4 workers doing something. I'm thinking that cleaning. It would be nice to have somebody maybe that's kind of just walking by with a broom back there that's just kind of looking like he's doing some kind of work there. I can probably put another one out here, but I have to be careful on that because it's going to be out of focus. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out what makes the budget sheets had the wrong years on them, and then realized that I just had them in the wrong folders. Yeah, I like having all my files organized, everything nice and clean, and just because then it's I don't have to worry about where things are. It's just easy to find things, and yeah, the new year always messes me up. Yeah, I probably don't need that one. Hello. Oh. Horse. I probably should do... If she's welding, that should have some kind of sparks or something come down too, right? I should do that. Yeah. These are maintenance workers. The rag is part of his groupings. We'll put those with actors.
Oh boy, how is everyone? Howdy, Sunset. Hello, Sir Edward. Hello, Nolan Void. Hello, Starfire Dream with your wavy pony.
Super wavy.
Yeah.
I know who that's from.
Yes. Hello, Michael. Beware the mice. Where are there mice?
Yeah, apparently he was saying beware of the monstrous Montana mountain mice.
Oh. Can I ride one? How monstrous are they?
With the rat of unusual proportions.
Yes. Bellow, Michael. Bow. That's a bellow, I think. Tonight's gonna be fun. I have to rapidly try to get some last minute stuff done. And then go to sleep via drugs. And then wake up early.
Are you? How about drugs?
You're taking drugs. I'm just gonna take a different drug.
I only take melatonin if I can, if I'm going to bed at a time that I can sleep about 8 hours. Because if I take it with too little, I'll be groggy in the morning.
You're gonna take a gummy? I'm gonna take a gummy. Same thing.
No, not the same thing.
Better? Question mark. First, I'm gonna drink this beer.
If I was Sparks, like falling sparks, what would I be?
Is that like a philosophical question?
No, I'm thinking for like she's welding, so it would cost, like, it's hot work, so it should have
be like electrical sparks or whatever. There should be plenty of like.
Well, it'd just be like
Half-Life 2 had like loose power cables and stuff.
Yeah, but
sparks.
I don't know. A lot of those are really old ones, and you could probably do a lot better now. But it's also about what are they called, and they have
sparks.
This is all they have. This is the entire Half-Life 2 particle group. They didn't have that many particles. But they did have.
They definitely had sparks.
Episode 1 didn't really have. So this is a fun little trivia. I love that Half-Life 2 is called HL2. Episode 1 is episodic, and then episode 2 is EP2. Why? Why?
They don't. Not good filing convention.
Yeah,
they're not as bad as Deep Rock Galactic, but still.
Well, episodic doesn't have any new particles. I think they just use all the ones from the other one. But episode 2 does have its own particles, or did. Maybe it's in the other folder. I thought it did. I remember seeing it. Yeah, there it is. I'm just blind.
We better get Half-Life episode 3. If they just do episode 3, it's not even Half-Life 3, it's just episode 3 after all these years. With the release of the GameCube. I can't ever remember.
What if it was Half-Life 2 Part A?
Yeah. This would be Gabe. He'd have a shit-eating grin on his face the whole time. No, the what's it called? The Steam machine? That's it. When it's still called the GameCube.
There's nothing on here that says Spark.
It's gotta be.
But if it's in here, I need to figure out where it is. And based on the definition, it might be grouped with something else that inside there is called Spark. But I'm looking at the actual group of them.
So lots of
Steam Puff. That sounds delicious.
Hello, Scope.
Weapon could, if needed to, I could.
There's got to be something.
If I made it myself, it'd probably be too many particles. Like, I could probably make it myself.
I feel like there's got to be sparks somewhere in the vast library of particles you have.
It's not about, again, it's about finding it, because I can't just do a folder search for sparks if it's not the file name sparks. It can have 80 particles in that one file, but I can't search by name for any of them.
I would think it would be called sparks.
Not in any of those. They could be under something that says electrical, or something that says something else. Explosion, it wouldn't be. Flamethrower test, no.
Sparks when the
yeah, again, I need to know what the group is. So unless you want me to go through every one of these, I need to know the
gravity gun.
The gravity gun's on here. See, that's what I needed. I needed something more. There's weapon effects. I thought I saw something with gravity gun. really seeing it. It could be under weapon effects.
It looks like a spark. I don't see anything that looks like a spark necessarily.
Nope. This is...
It's kind of a spark?
That could maybe work, but it really depends. I think those are in groups. Because, like, if I have the sparks, I want them to be individual. That's why I probably could just make it myself. It's just making particles annoying. Let's just use this one, and it'll at least give me a starting point for some of those vague. Explosion turret break embers.
Not cool horse. I want to do cool horse things. Making that fence really strong. I mean, usually you just twist them and be done with it, but now she's got welding each of the individual twists. She's diligent.
No, I needed her to do something, and I wanted it bright, and so yeah, she could be welding these parts.
Could.
That's not what she's doing. I just need her to look busy. I don't need her to be busy.
Like, the idea is that she just uses that welder to, like, toast a sandwich.
So that'd be 1.7 we'll do.
Ever since the day she found out she could use the welder to make grilled cheese, she's been making incredibly burnt grilled cheese every day for lunch.
She's eating healthy, just cheese bread.
It's better than what a lot of Equestria eats.
They have apples.
Like, what did you get? Yeah, and then they absolutely bake them into like a sugary dish for most of the time.
Okay. And I don't know if those are gonna work.
They look like corn popping.
But it does look like it's individual stuff. The problem with some of these particles is a lot of these will have an arc. And arcs are a little tough because gravity gets a little aggressive on some of these. So, because if you want it to go down fast, but you also want it to go away fast, and it gets really difficult to like figure out that. So, and I have to worry about the ground. I can't have it hitting the ground because I don't have a ground. If I were to put this map on like something that did have a map ground and put it really close to that, you can do a property on it that will have a particle hit whatever it finds as being the map ground and stop. I've used it for like making grass that filled like whole hillsides. You can use that property to have it like all the grass just sink to the ground, but particle models in that way don't interact with light the same, and it gets really messy. Okay.
I realize I don't want to be asleep by 8:30 tonight.
8:30? Mm-hmm. You're not going to fall asleep at 8:30.
I mean, if I take 2 gummies.
Well, then you're not getting up at 4.
Yeah, sure I will.
You're gonna TSA is gonna be like, "Do you have any blah blah blah?" You're gonna be like, "I can see rainbows."
No. Be enough to make me go to sleep. One of those cans in there would be probably better. You gotta get rid of them.
Yeah, I have to do my packing tonight, but I'm not worried. I'm gonna get to bed by 10.
But I need to get my suit. I still kind of want to dye my hair, but I wonder if that's even plausible at this point.
No, just go El Natural.
No, I'm ugly like that all the time.
Well, then why aren't you constantly doing it for these people?
Yeah. I've met some of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to see if I can find a different thing for this. But I'm kind of on a timer. That'll work. So I want to save it right away because
it's only because you're seeing it from one angle, Sir Edward. It's the flattering forward facing angle. You get like a top-down drone view of this. It's not pleasant.
Okay.
Oh no, so much sparkle.
And now I need their size to be a lot smaller.
I feel like anytime a unicorn like shows up to help with construction, you just have earth ponies trying to do it. And for a while they were just like, I can do it. And it's like watching a toddler try to get the juice out of the fridge. It's like, are you sure? I could just hover that over here and pour you a glass. No, I got it. They're trying to hold it with their hooves. I think the other pony races think the earth ponies are like super cute in their earth pony ways. Like, oh, look at them trying to build a society. It's so cool. We just built ours out of clouds. It took us 20 minutes, but you guys could do it. You keep trying to swing. Are you swinging a hammer with your mouth? That has to hurt. Good for you. Like, I'm pretty sure I just saw one of them, the hammer the nail in with their hoof. I think they have to go to the hospital now.
No, they have very strong hooves.
Oh, we got squish hooves. The great debate will never end. Rainbow did drive a nail with her hoof, but then you see freaking Applejack swinging a hammer with her face.
Strong teeth.
Yeah.
Not sure what that actually did for dimensions on this.
Yeah, they do. Like, the earth ponies have earth pony magic, and that's why if they piss off the earth ponies will just starve the other races to death. That's the leverage they have. And they need it.
The direction.
But then you see like Coco Pommel, like, I want to be a fashionista. And they're like, oh, you poor dirt horse.
This is the velocity.
How are you gonna sew with your mouth? And I just like the idea of her putting a piece of fabric, a needle and thread in her mouth, and it just goes through and sews like it was like a typewriter. It's like, just somehow amazing tongue action. I didn't know how else to say that without so.
I'm pretty sure you just said tongue action.
I did, but I had no. I can't imagine any other way for a horse to use a needle and thread.
Oops.
It's like somebody just watches her like sew a gown together using nothing but her mouth and hooves, and then they're like, here, please take my card. Coco Pommel is a super
I need to
cute
go a
horse,
little
though.
more down than that. Yeah, I need more gravity. See, now it's just way too much. It's like I wish it was kind of an exponential bit. I could probably just do two because I want a lot more at the center. It might be better if I do two of these and have one be focused on the ones that go far, and then the rest of them like kind of in the center. Which I probably don't have to worry too much about the center because there's going to be that bright light. So I can probably get away with that a little bit. I do want to have radius scale. So it's going to start at, it started at 3 and then go to 0.5.
I recommend you try to get to bed at 8:32 because it sounds like
Well,
we're going to get off the plane and immediately have to go to like a thing.
yeah, that's what we're going to do anyway. And I talked with Kyle and he was like, we're not just going to go sit at the hotel. We're going to go do things.
It's not a hotel. It's a cabin.
It's a cabin that's like the size of a hotel room.
It's a cabin on a mountainside.
Yeah, we're going to go do things.
Yes, I agree, but it's not like it's nothing.
I know, but like you want to go and sit in the cabin and play video games.
It's going to be one different place or another different place.
I know, we're going to go out and enjoy the outside. But no, the
Inside a bar.
well, we have to be careful how much you drink because of elevation.
I don't.
But no, I'm fine. I can go out 4 hours, 5 hours sleep, but I still need to do all my packing. So
Could have done that yesterday.
I could have, but I can do it now. I knew I had the time. I don't need to. There is zero possibility of me falling asleep at 8:30.
That's why you need the drugs.
No, I would not. 10 o'clock is my goal because that I can fall asleep at. So I want some going down, but not too many. And I don't know. Those are like 40.
You can always start packing 2 hours before your plane starts boarding.
I could pack in the morning, but then if I go do all the stuff before going to bed, it means that if things end up taking too long, I have like a lot of buffer room. But if I do it in the morning, I have a very sharp deadline, and I'm not doing that.
Weichel is 90% ready. I did all my suitcase packing yesterday. I just have to get my suit together. I mean, it's together, but I have to put it all in the bag. I'm just hoping an iron is at the cabin.
I'm pretty sure we will, but
yeah.
And if not, John will probably be able to find us something.
Oh, I have a feeling he will be very adamant if our suits are wrinkly to find us something.
He'll be adamant if there's one wrinkle.
I feel like with John, we're like children. He's trying to get ready to go off to a nice church or something, and we're just running. He's like, we're just running around and rolling around in mud and shit.
Michael, what is the name of the cabin?
Cabin.
What's the name of the city?
City.
Like, I think his concern is that because nobody knows the information. Nobody knows anything.
I know to follow.
That's what you do. That's what everybody does. It's they find the one person that has done all the work and then just says, I'm going to just follow them because that's all I know.
I've driven you to the driving places.
To the driving places. You can't even say what those are.
I don't know. I get in the car.
I jumped on the black line and we go zoom zoom.
Mm-hmm. The little box tells me where to go. Man, I was driving home, or I was driving back to work. I had to drop off a package at the UPS store, which isn't far from my work. I dropped off the package, and then I took a wrong turn going back to work and got lost for a little bit. I need navigation so bad.
You mean the place you go all the time?
Yes. I took a wrong turn. I'm like, oh no, I'm in an unfamiliar area. I'm gonna die now. You're at work. It's dark, Chargin. It's dark outside. You gotta go home before the boogeymans come out.
The boogeymans come out?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is actually a nosy one. Actually, no, that might work. I have to be careful.
It's a lot of sparks.
Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, I'll have to find one that's has no Z. But I mean, or has Z. This one has it where it will always be in front of anything. So here you can see that the sparkle is in front of this stuff. It has use. Say you want to put a particle that's on your an interface on a screen. It's always going to be in front and won't have anything that gets behind it. Like I think it was. Killing Floor once was when we were streaming it or something. So we had an issue happen with the networking where we entered the map of the menu, the game menu. So it was a big black room with a flat screen that had all the options for the game to pick from, and we were in that menu room because it was just the game had a texture on a 3D thing because it was in a 3D game. So they said screw it, and so like yeah, you can have some weird situations.
No, like this, half the conversations I've had about this trip is whether or not I'm going to die at higher elevations. So I don't.
It is a concern.
So I don't think they want me driving the car.
Well, you're not driving the car because nobody did any work for setup until I started doing it all.
Yeah, because but you said you were gonna do it, so I figured it was taken care of.
I didn't. The flight, it was, let's get everybody together to set up the flight, and then everybody sat there and didn't do anything until I got my phone and started setting it up.
Well, I just figured we'd do it when we get there. That's how I've always done
the rental cars. They're going to be much more expensive if you get it there at the.
I guess, but that's how I've always done it, so I didn't give it much thought.
If a rental car is a rental place, if you're going somewhere and asking for a rental car, it's because they know you need one. They're not going to charge you a cheaper price. They're going to charge you as much as they can.
I've never done a rental car ahead of time.
I've never done a rental car.
I've done lots of rental cars, but I don't do it ahead of time. I go into the rental place and say, "Hey, what you got?" It's just how I've always done it.
We have a bunch of people coming in at the same day, all looking for rental cars. I want to make sure that we had a car.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's perfectly fair. It's just not my mentality around it.
But I know that you are the epitome of things going wrong.
No, everything goes right all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you 100% know what I'm talking about.
I am the epitome of traveling by the seat of my pants and making it work.
The problem is that John didn't like your pants and had you have them work done.
Oh, it was the suit jacket. The pants didn't get anything done to him. He saw the sleeves were too long, and somebody had a panic attack. I thought I looked nice in that suit, but there was some.
Are you going off your mother's opinion?
I looked in the mirror and said, "Damn."
Did it break?
Well, from my awesomely hot looks, yeah.
Okay, I gotta figure out how to. This one I think needs to stay. Yeah.
Why can't ponies be real, Chad? Look how cute that horse is. Just Welding. Pro travel to write down contact information, address, and names of hotels on a piece of paper, and put your wallet in case you lose your phone.
No, Michael, his whole life is on his phone. His wallet is the thickest thing I've ever seen, but there's nothing of use in there.
No, it's all useful. I got lots of pony cards.
When you're pulling out coupons for a golf place that has been out of business for 10 years.
Look at all the people. They're going to murder that horse.
Charge!
Murder. Dead.
Why you gotta murder me?
B.
Anyways, hello. We're working on some horse stuff. What were you guys up to? Hide your books.
Guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but he's making horsies, cute ones especially, do manual labor. It's the worst.
Yes. Wow. You know what? We're gonna switch over to doing dragon stuff.
Only if the dragons are doing stuff for the horsies. The horsies, they love them.
Hello, human radiator. Another animator. The world is full of them. I think everybody is an animator. It's just you haven't realized it yet. Or you have no patience. Or you like yourself. It's one of those.
Well, I know the one time I animated, I did it because I hate myself.
We're going to see if we can do this before it crashes. Actually, no, let's see if I can. Oh, okay. Actually, this is easy.
Why is it purple?
Apparently the... okay, there. There is a regular Z version. Okay. Let's see if this works.
What kind of animations do you do?
Yeah, we're doing...
That's what I want to know. I want to know blue
we're
heart.
trying to make this where... Oh, hold on. I'm at light limit.
Source Filmmaker is an old program, which
Yeah.
is very constricting.
I'm in school for animation. I am not.
What you animating in the streams?
Well, that's not the person that rated. It was Pure Heart that rated.
No. Well, what do you animate? I want to know. I want to know. No.
I think I need to have these with more life because they're kind of dying too quick.
Where do you go?
Yeah. What was Blue Heart up to? We're working on a video from the Ministry Mayors for Fallout Equestria.
Nothing but nice things happen to the Ministry Mayors.
Yeah, that's why I thought it'd be fun to do a nice depressing video.
Some of them get Hot Wheels. Zoom, zoom.
Okay. I think they need to fall a little faster.
I do like Apple Bloom's outfit. It did, given that it started as a cheerleader's outfit and turned into that, turned out pretty good. I guess it was a schoolgirl outfit.
Okay, that looks better. So learning, but I have animated weight shifts and recently a tribute for my dad. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have nothing formal. I just jumped into SFM and I'm like, hey, that sounds like fun. And so I've been doing it now for 12 years.
And then, yes.
But in general, the experience is going to do a lot more. But I didn't have that foundational stuff and I didn't learn that till later. So a lot of my early stuff didn't have that foundational knowledge. And it would have been a lot nicer and easier if I had that. So while experience is useful, having that strong base is great.
You know what's changed in those 12 years?
The first time playing Them's Fighting Herds. I've never played that. He played it with Hooves.
I played it with Hooves and actually did better than I ever played. I got to the hardest difficulty level and was still crushing it. And they were like, okay, go sit down. You freak. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful moment in my life.
Okay, we're going to see if we can put a couple of these to increase the brightness.
To be fair, I had played it online quite a bit. And I always liked the dragon character. I can't remember her name now. But
Michael.
What? It's not
Michael.
a pony.
That's not a pony. There is a pony in there.
Yeah. There's a unicorn, yes.
Wait, why didn't you play the unicorn?
I was just better with the dragon character. She's very melee focused, where the others are like less so. And it just worked better for my playstyle.
Okay, that's a bit better. But now they're they're going too far down. Let's just do one. Like, to me, that's about the distance it should be going. Nah.
The only friend I ever really played Them Fighting Herds with was Jay. But he stopped playing me after I won every game.
Yeah, that's usually what you do, because you're a tryhard.
I didn't even play it that much. I played it for a little while. I was just good at that one character.
So be...
My foot's asleep again. It's not even 8:30 yet. Ow.
And then you slam it in my chair.
And it hurt too. I could feel the pain through the numbness.
So you can't really boost the brightness of a particle past a certain value, but if you just multiply it on top of each other, it tends to make it a bit brighter. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it does the bright light at the center is supposed to make up for kind of the middle of it. And this is going to be with motion blur kicking in. Yeah, so it actually will create... here.
I want to play Them Fighting Herds again, Featherfoot, but the thing is, playing it at this point just kind of depresses me. Because it was supposed to be so much more than it was. Like, Lauren Faust even put her time into it. And then it just never came. It never finished it. It's an unfinished game. Which makes me sad. And it's unfinished for really stupid corporate reasons. They partnered themselves with a corporate entity, and the corporate entity just kind of screwed them over. Also, so they could get it released on like the Wii.
Publisher, I'm guessing.
It was the publisher.
Yeah, publisher's gonna do that because then they're gonna say like, oh well, it's easier to write it off or to cancel it because we're not worth investing in.
But it's in like, okay, then can we have it back? No.
Oh no,
it's ours. We're going to continue selling copies of it. And it's like, wasn't it supposed to be MLP characters? It was.
Oh no.
And you just set me off.
Yeah. See, I'm glad that you're at least recognizing this now.
No. Basically, the story behind that is there was a game that was released called Fighting is Magic. And it got a lot of attention.
Which is bad.
And a lot of publicity. And it started showing up at conventions, and people loved it. It was very well put together. And it garnished the attention of Lauren Faust. And that's where it went south, because Lauren Faust started promoting it on her like Twitter.
Because they did an amazing job with it, the quality and everything.
Absolutely. And she saw it, and she was like 100% like, oh, this is amazing. This is cool. This is awesome. Hey, everybody, look at this thing. And that's where she fucked up.
Yep.
Because she worked for Hasbro at the time, and she's acknowledging its existence. Hasbro has to acknowledge its existence because somebody who works for them just acknowledged its existence.
Yeah. Normally they don't do anything about copyright because it's not worth their time or money. So they just claim that they don't know it exists.
Yeah.
If somebody officials goes and brings it up, they don't have a choice.
Yeah, they have to. Like, that's an admission in public that they know that somebody who works for them at the very least knows it exists. So they had to send a cease and desist. They like be angry with Hasbro. They had no choice at that point, and it was Lauren Faust's fault, and she kind of recognized it was her fault.
And her heart was in the right place.
Her heart was in the right place. It was, but she goofed, and she realized she goofed.
But in doing so, the game might not have been able to get where it ended up going. It probably was a good thing in the end.
Yeah, I mean, for the publisher anyway.
Well, because they actually were able to do, like, because they actually were able to get paid for their work, where they probably wouldn't have got paid for it otherwise.
So Lauren Faust, knowing she kind of effed up, said, I will help you redesign these characters. I do ask for some monetary support after a certain point, as far as like character development and stuff. But she said, I will basically work for cost to like help you build new characters. So she designed all the characters for them fighting herds, all the initial ones, and like some of the later ones, like and they built a game around it. But all the character designs are her character designs. And that's the birth of them fighting herds.
Shame some of the music the fandom ever made got shafted too. Yeah, but it's most of those like there has been very few situations where there's been official cease and desist. The main ones are excessive hand waving, which Janimations had that happen.
He waved hands.
He did a little bit of hand waving by applying to the company and using the stuff he made on his YouTube as rec stuff. Like that one was one. Or things that are popular enough in the community that could be misinterpreted as official content. So if you're using their official branding and it looks really close to the official art, but then it has something in there that's against their policies, or if you're just trying to make money off it in any possible way, or just if they notice it enough, they will have to take it down too, because it could hurt their brand. So, but most of the other fan content, even if it has somebody with millions of subscribers, they can probably get away with a decent amount.
And the staff on My Little Pony got pretty wise to it pretty quick. If you went to a convention and asked one of them, hey, did you read this fan fiction? They would look at you, even if they actually read it, and go, no. Because if they say they had, then that's a Hasbro employee acknowledging this fan fiction exists, which infringes on the My Little Pony copyright. That's
two parts though. That I think is the smaller part. It's also that if they go and write something that then that original author could state that they wrote it first, and that person acknowledged that they had read it and knew it existed, they could state that that idea was stolen from them, and therefore that they have partial ownership of the idea, and they could sue. So there's also that part of it.
No, like Janimation stuff was amazing. It was so accurate for like everything following season 3. So he was doing like really clean work, better than the show was doing, until the show improved come season 4, like with lighting.
Well, it's a lot easier to improve on something when you're making something that's a couple minutes long compared to trying to make like 12 hours of content in a year.
He's one guy.
Yeah, one guy, but it's still 12 hours.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot.
He managed to eventually get some of his stuff put back up after, like, working some things out, but it wasn't easy. Hasbro, for all the flack Hasbro got for cease and desists, if they could claim plausible deniability, they would.
Yeah, they've been actually very good about keeping their hands away from things, because it is more profitable for them from like not doing lawyer costs, but also growing a community. Yeah. It's free money because people just buy their stuff and other things too. Keeping their hands off, trying to get their like little grubby hands into like saying getting a cost cut of every piece of merch that goes through would just hurt them in the end. It's better just for them to sit back and like reap in a little bit of free money for it, but they have to step in sometimes.
They were early My Little Pony brony stuff. They were very nervous about the bronies.
Well, yeah,
early.
and they had right to be.
Because they were afraid that all this sexualized stuff was going to hurt the brand. And I think they do still worry about that. And I think some character design...
There's nothing you can do. Like, Hasbro can't be too concerned on that because every fandom out there for anything has that problem.
Hasbro
so it's not like it's unique to them.
That much. Bronies were extra excitable in that department.
I don't like your wording.
They were.
And you're very aggressive against my table.
I did. I punched the table. I mean, they made very conscious character designs on G5 because of it. Trying to like get the bronies to calm down a little bit because they were concerned. But yeah, you can't control the internet at the end of the day, no. But they very much gave them dog butts in G5, and that was conscious. They did that very consciously. It's very interesting. The followings of all these different things.
So I don't care too much on the animation quality for the source. I just want to give her a little bit of something moving around. She's just background.
I think the one thing that actually snuck through from the fandom that ended up as a staple in the show, and I think it only got through because it was super early, was Derpy being a male pony or male mare. Because they had her written in an early fan fiction as a male mare, and one of the writers incorporated her doing deliveries into the show. I think it started her just doing like furniture deliveries. And then that kind of became like a character trait of her in the show, but that 100% was from a fan fiction originally. But it was so early on that they kind of just got away with it. I think Janay's animations actually threw a bit of a fit. I do remember him throwing a bit of a fit because on the
oh yeah, I remember something about that too.
On the what's that? It's like a video game online. Somebody help me. It's pretty popular. It's you get to play
Ponytown?
No, not Ponytown. It's
well
like the official Ponytown. It's like the official. It's an official game. Soft something. I think.
Second Life?
No, Denise played it for a while. But anyways.
Legend of Equestria?
No, this was an official game. It's where Babysitter Trixie came from.
I don't know.
But anyways, in that game, they labeled the character Button Mash as Button Mash. And Jan threw a bit of a fit because he's like, that character, I gave that character that name. Like, that's my name for that character, and they stole it from me. And he threw a bit of a fit. He would have had no real ability to fight. There
is this part though that it's like they took a name, you took the design, the style, the characters' names, everything else, and you were angry that they took one of it. And I can understand big corporation to person, but technically he benefited and gained popularity and everything off of everything that was theirs. So there is a little bit of something you could say there. I can see where, again, big corporation, screw the big guy, but you can't play both sides either.
Well, I think DJ Pwn 3, and it's DJ Pwn 3 because it was supposed to be like Dead Mouse with the number silent or just part of the word, but Tabitha St. Germain read it as DJ Pwn 3 and it just stuck.
I like it.
It's fun. She just said the number. She's a lot of fun just in general. Good person. That's why they redesigned Button Mash. I know he had different like shades of color. I don't know if that was intentional or just like they forgot which color he was at some point and then just recolored him. But I know that he appeared as two different shades of brown. I mean, early fandom, there was like Archer, who was just blue Scootaloo. So they did recolors a lot. Blossom Forth is just recolored Twilight. I think they basically just recolored Button Mash, but they just recolored him a different shade of brown. So it's kind of hard to say, like, oh, this is a different character. Two shades of brown, Button Mashes. I never liked the word, the name Archer for the blue Scootaloo. I mean, Blue-Daloo just seems...
Well, that's definitely derivative, but Archer doesn't feel pony to me.
Well, she had a like a bow and arrow on her flank for a cutie mark.
Well, how did her parents know?
I don't know. Maybe they're just like, this one looks like it wants to shoot people. They came out.
This feels like a psychopath situation, or like Minority Report. Like, so what's your child? What should be named? Well, apparently the doctor's saying I should call him Criminal 764297.
Any day now. There's death in that little child's eyes. No, I always did appreciate the lore bit thrown down by Mrs. Cake. At a certain point in a pony's life, they can change their name to better suit their cutie marks.
Okay, so that's 2 ponies done. All right, I haven't actually determined what she's gonna do. Should she wear glasses?
Who?
Apple Bloom.
No, she's like 20. She doesn't need glasses.
What? Michael, there's an epidemic.
She's like 25, the oldest.
Yeah, it doesn't. Its age doesn't determine glasses. It's a lot of other factors.
Yeah, well, age is one of the major factors.
Okay, here's the absolute major factor that you would determine for whether or not she needs glasses. Would it be cute?
Be cuter on Sweetie Belle.
But no, Sweetie Belle would be definitely not wearing glasses.
Her sister needed glasses.
Yeah, but she's old, and I'm pretty sure she's wearing those glasses because
in her 20s.
Tabitha St. Germain wears like those glasses.
I already needed glasses when she was working on Tiny Stuff. I think she only wore them a few times, but she definitely had them.
I was gonna double check that ambient occlusion. Yeah. Okay, so there's no ambient occlusion, but it's. Is it fine?
I also think they were kind of with Rarity's character.
It's fine.
They were going Meryl Streep from The Devil Wears Prada. A movie, if you've never seen it, it's pretty good. Go watch it.
I haven't, but I've heard it's good.
It's very good. It's like you think a movie about fashion isn't going to interest you, and then you watch Devil Wears Prada.
It's about fashion.
It's very much about fashion, but it's told so well.
Yeah, but it's not the fashion that sells it.
Oh, it's Meryl Streep.
There's that too.
She's amazing in that film.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of what Rarity was as a character came from that movie.
So you're saying that Rarity's the devil?
No. Meryl Streep's character wasn't the devil.
I know what they meant.
But Minuet, her name, the fandom didn't give her. I think most people eventually moved to Minuet because the fandom name for her, you know it.
Colgate.
Yeah. The fandom name for her was Colgate. Oh, the recolors, yes. I kind of still like Colgate, but it was like you were naming the horse after toothpaste. Because her name kind of looked like toothpaste.
Her I thought you said her name.
Her mane.
Her mane. You really liked her mane.
But I think most people have kind of gravitated. Like, I think some that the fandom never picked up on was Carrot Top. Her name, actual show name was Golden Harvest.
Sure.
But it's forever Carrot Top. Nobody's gonna call Derpy Muffins unless they're a sadist. It's a few others. Doctor Who's is Time Tuner. Nobody uses that name.
Time Turner.
Is it Turner?
Not Tuner.
Turner.
Tuner. It's a tuna.
Tuna. The tuna horse. I think Sea Swirl is Sea Swirl. I'm pretty sure Bon Bon was Sweetie Drops, which is why they kind of played on that in episode 100.
Yeah, not friend.
It's like Secret Agent Sweetie Drops. It's like,
I like that. It was a little different, and it was just fun.
It's kind of a nod. It's like what's wrong, Bon Bon? It's like, I'm not Bon Bon. I'm Secret Agent Sweetie Drops.
Well, I think my favorite part about that is to the fandom, Lyra's the crazy weird one.
Yes.
And in this one, they made it 100% Bon Bon, which is just a fun little 180.
No, it was a good episode. He's Doctor in the credits. He was always Time Tuner, though.
Turner.
Jeez.
Tuner. Why are you tuning time? Do have wrench.
I thought it was Tuner. Are you sure? I don't know. This might be Time Turner. Time Tumor.
Oh, true. It's Time Turner.
Okay. You're right.
Turner.
You're right.
I mean, I'm using a reference of some but he's Etsy, but still.
I mean,
should be close enough.
It's probably correct. And Pinkie Pie was initially supposed to be Surprise and a Pegasus, but they wanted Pinkie Pie, so it was Pinkie Pie. But I liked the whole thing with the Surprise ended up becoming a Wonderbolt. Horse. Tell you what, chat. Someday we're gonna get new content, and then we're gonna have new stuff to talk about. It's gonna be great.
Yep, and then you'll be at the retirement home to tell all the other people there about the cool horsey things.
Yeah. Now there'll be that one nurse who's forced to listen to me for 3 minutes during the day when she gives me my food.
What's that one meme? It's like
in my room,
like the young lady pushing the grandma in the car, and she says something. It's like, "Okay, grandma, yeah, let's get you back into bed."
Oh. These horses are cute. That's why we rely on these animator people to make new content. So we have something new to look at. I do know that they finally released the reanimated episode. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Is the one where Twilight gets wings. They reanimated that entire episode. I haven't watched it yet. I need to do that. I heard about it at BabsCon, but apparently it wasn't finished yet. I thought it was, but apparently it wasn't. I guess they were just showing a preview, but it's done now. Magical Mystery Cure, yes, thank you. Not a great episode. A lot of people didn't like the ending, and apparently it's got M.A. Larson's name on it, but if you ask him if he wrote it, he will tell you no. Not because he's just trying to be like, no, I didn't write that. He didn't write that episode. His name's on it, and this is
he wrote a lot of stuff, and then it was like all kind of vetoed, and he doesn't. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he did have a hand in what ended up being there as written, but it was nothing that he wanted.
Yeah.
So, and if you're a writer and you're told what to write down to like all the creative elements, is it really what you wrote then?
Yeah.
It's just execs telling you what to do. It did have some great little like videos, like Twilight drinking the white liquid from a jar. And like nobody would have thought that'd be weird.
No.
But even then, that was like they didn't know how else to like transition something, so they had to throw something in. It is a broken episode.
The initial episode that Larson wrote for Magical Mystery Cure was basically, he only talked about it a little bit, and people asked him if the original script would ever get released, but he basically just said, I don't own it. Hasbro owns it. And so the answer is probably no. That's with anything, though. Yeah. Anything he writes, if you're writing it for a company, you don't own what you wrote. So the script exists, but it is very much buried in the vaults. And all he said is that the opening would be with Celestia sending Twilight a box and telling her, this is important for your next lesson. It's a blow-up doll. but please don't open it until I get there. But Twilight,
it's Pandora's box, if I remember right. One off of.
Yeah, Twilight was impatient. She opens the box to see what's inside, just a peek, and it's Pandora's box. She sends a letter to Celestia saying, I opened the box. I'm so sorry. All these things came out. What should I do? And she gets just a message back from Celestia saying, my dearest student, what have you done?
But my thought is
that would have been an amazing episode.
My thought is, though, you send somebody this horrible thing, and the only warning you give is temptation. Like, that is Celestia's fault, 100%. Michael, if
she told her, don't do it.
Michael, if you were sent a box, if you were sent a box and it said on the box, do not open until I arrive, and that arrival is not for like 2 months.
It depends. It depends on what I think is in the box. I think
you would 100% open that box.
I mean, maybe. It's a 50-50.
You would be in that box so fast. You would be bringing it to a scanner to scan the insides. You're like, is it a plushie? I want to know if it's a pony.
But that would have been so much a better episode. Her defeating the evils that came out of Pandora's box to become a princess is so much better than I fucked up my friend's cutie marks and then I fixed them. Princess, please. It's just... I mean, it was still her fucking up to release the evils from the box, but...
Yeah, but
it's a different kind of, it's different levels. It was supposed to be the series finale anyways. Kinda. I guess you know as much as I know, Scope. But we'll leave it at that. Yeah, it was only supposed to be 3 seasons long, the show initially. Under Lauren Faust, it would have only been 3 seasons. We would not have had 9.
It's kind of a broken piece. I was going to do with it.
We both know things.
Both know too much.
Yeah, it's a curse. A blessing. I'm pretty sure I don't have it anymore. I checked. Well, season 3, and Larson goes into that more, is that they didn't expect Lauren to just jump ship like she did, and they kind of had to restructure. And when they finally got him to agree to take over the show run for that season, they only had time for 13 episodes. Like, Lauren shook the foundation of that show for a few months. Production on a lot of stuff, because even though she wasn't super involved in season 2, she was still in charge of all the storyboards. Like, she got ticked when in the final episode of season 2 she was working on the storyboard for that, but she didn't realize Cadence had been made a princess until the episode aired. Like, they kind of did that under her nose. So, you know. But I think basically her frustration was she had this idea, and you get to see that idea throughout all of season 1. But season 2, people higher up the chain saw it was successful, and then they wanted to put their fingers in it, which is 100% what management does.
Do you know what the problem with that is?
There's a lot of problems with that.
No.
What's that?
Because you don't like fingers.
Yeah. No, you gotta woos. Most frustrating thing about upper management, if you work in any industry long enough, is you realize that when they see something working out, they quickly rush to the side of the thing that's working out so they can take credit for it, or change things so they can take credit for the changes. That's what they really like to do. You can have a system in place that's really working well.
Well, sometimes they legitimately were a part of its success, but if there's something else that's successful, they can jump in and say it was because of their leadership. But it's also because a lot of those execs are on boards that are part of the public sharing, and so since almost all money that comes in from public money for like stocks comes to their pockets, they want to have as much of a high stock price as they want because they have a large portion of it.
My experience is they'll rush to the place, tell everybody to swap their shoes around because it'll be more efficient. You know it won't be as the worker, you know it'll be worse, but you'll do it and you'll still get the job done, and then the CEO will be like, see, thanks to my leadership, and telling them to switch their shoes around, they made us a shit ton of money. Promotion, please. Promotion and bonus, please.
Wait,
And
promotion from CEO? What is the promotion?
super CEO, mega CEO.
No.
It'll be the upper management just below him that does that shit. But it's like infuriating. I think I learned like the remember the show Camp Laszlo?
Nope.
You don't know?
Michael, I try to spend more of my time like with things that are interactive. I don't just watch things.
This was years ago.
I know. That's only stuff you remember.
Did you see Rocko's Modern Life?
I know it existed.
Okay. Well, the same guy who created Rocko's Modern Life created
Modern Rocko's Life?
Modern Rocko's Life created a show called Camp Laszlo. Yeah, well, it was just the general success of G4 that played a big factor into it. But Rocko's Modern Life, the Camp Laszlo, he was making a super successful show, like that was making the company a ton of money. But one of the upper like managers, they were trying to sell Camp Laszlo toys at McDonald's, and they demanded that he be in the commercial for McDonald's. But the guy wasn't a huge fan of McDonald's, doesn't like advertising fast food to kids.
But your contract probably states that you have to be a part of that stuff.
So because of that, they fired him and the show got canceled, which I think is probably one of the pettiest reasons to do that. But that's just don't anger the higher ups, even if you're the one making them money. Which, yeah, it's like it's the talent that makes the money, not the CEO. But they like to make it look like that's not the case.
CEOs can provide good direction and whatever. It's just that their ass is on the line and for everything, and they're the most public and visible person within the company. So yeah, they'll even if it just to make them look good, by them taking credit for it, it usually will mean more benefits for the company overall. It just doesn't work as well for the people underneath.
Just so many people try to make it like themselves the center of things that they're barely even involved with. As I've gotten older, I've gotten more like
Cynical?
not cynical, more
No, you're not cynical?
well, I'm certainly cynical.
More cynical.
Yes.
And pessimistic.
No.
And narcissistic.
Yeah. But no, if a manager comes and tries to say, hey, we're going to change this, and I look at what their changes are and it's absolute shit and they're just trying to change stuff so they can take credit for the system as it is, I will absolutely start like biting fingers.
So not do anything. Just be angry about
I
it.
will throw a fit and I will make it clear why I'm throwing a fit. I'll make it clear why this is a bad idea, and then I'll refuse to do it. And eventually they back down because I'm the one actually doing shit. No, I've gotten very stubborn in my old age.
Yeah, old man.
I'm just tired of like that kind of shit. I'm so tired of it. Like, I get you want to look like you're the king of the world, but I got a job to do.
You can work elsewhere.
I can. Or I can just keep biting.
I can just be old man yelling at cloud.
Like, I think at my previous job, not this one, but the previous job, they changed the system like every 3 months. And it very much felt like some of the changes weren't to anybody's benefit other than the person who was in charge could say, hey, did you see what I did? And it's like, makes you want to wake up and slap somebody. And look at a horse because it's cute. And it's wearing a little skirt and stockings.
Is that why you wanted this? You just want to see cool horse and a cool skirt?
You said she had a business outfit. A business outfit. She's businessing right now.
She's businessing?
Yeah. Celestia, Twilight, you've unleashed unspeakable horrors into our world. Demons? No, worse. Furries. It's terrifying. Now, I remember liking Camp Lazlo, so to find out that it got canceled for something as petty as he wouldn't show up in a McDonald's commercial.
Things are usually more complicated than that, though. I'm pretty sure that there's other factors that might have built up for it, and that could have been the nail in the coffin.
It could have just been a CEO on a power trip.
I know, but like again, you don't know that, and so you're saying this is the way it is because this one makes sense.
That's the story, as I understand it.
It could have been again the last straw, but it could have been that he definitely was being something else leading up to that, and they're like, you know what, you're not. This isn't worth the problem.
Well, those McDonald's toy sales wouldn't even have happened if the show wasn't successful. A little bit of perspective for the guy who fired him. And save my second drink 15 minutes from now.
Well, if we're ending at 8.
Mm-hmm. I can take it with me. Is that how the skirt's supposed to lay on her back? With just like the front open like that? Or is that just a weird glitch?
Well, how does she pee?
Because no, I mean,
well, if it wasn't, if it actually went closed, how would it would just like droop right here in the middle?
Yeah.
So like this is probably the only way to make it work. And does it really matter? They're naked all the time anyway.
I know they're naked.
It's not like it's hiding anything.
But it feels like
it's not like Michael. Like, ooh, look at this.
It's like the hat situation. Like your pants got no crotch. Apple Bloom.
You don't need underwear.
No, he's not wearing any.
Stop looking at the horse, Michael.
No, that's never gonna happen. What I'm afraid of is I'm gonna die and you're just gonna like have horse things scattered on my corpse.
I'm gonna do
like he liked these, and it's just gonna be like
it's just gonna be like
weird.
It's gonna be your eulogy, and like and like they're like, all right, we're ready to close it up, and then you can hear the dump truck back up that just has everything from your room in it go eat, 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 and then just all the horse stuff gets filling up the hole. Like you don't even have space for the dirt anymore.
There's no dirt. It's just and some people walk through the graveyard. It'll just be this pile of old molded pony plushes filling a grave.
Yeah, this sounds like very close to what would probably really happen.
Yeah. Yes, it is a stone cut like a diamond. Though if you look to the very first time you see it, which is the first episode she appears, there is a couple of frames where they show her cutie mark. And in that first appearance of her cutie mark, it's Tom. The Rock that Rarity fell in love with. But every time after that, it's a stone cut like a diamond. Like a piece of granite cut like a diamond. Which is actually pretty cool. They show it a few times. The only pony's key mark they never show is Tempest. I don't think we ever get to see her key mark. But I think it's kind of implied it's probably very festive. Given that her actual name is like
they never
Fuzzy Bob.
I thought even in the comics they never show it?
No. Huh. Never show her cutie mark.
I kind of like that it's never shown. I like mysteries. Like the things that they just not everything has to be defined. Leave it open. Why not?
I don't know. Maybe Tom was just a rock that Rarity thought was a giant diamond because she was under a spell. Which was funny. And that she named it. Her tail always covered it when she was naked in the comic. Yeah, I guess Scope, you would be the expert on Tempest.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yes, it's like he looked at every picture of Tempest there ever was. What was the point of Lustradon? She was just supposed to be the next generation, I guess. They did bring her up in G5. If you listen to the old woman, who is basically the great granddaughter of Moondancer, you find out that each generation from her family has transferred the memories to the next generation, which kind of results in a crazy mare who's to most people appears nutty as hell. But she remembers everything back to Moondancer. She's kind of a repository of history, but she's also kooky. So she does bring up Lustradon, and that if you have to kind of read between the lines, but it's said that Lustradon is actually the one who helps Twilight erect the barrier that keeps out Opaline. So it was by that point, Twilight's friends were all gone, but Luster was still there. Though the crazy mare does refer to her as a bat. She is not. She was kind of left ambiguous, but in G5 they do bring her up very briefly. And she did play her role. What gets me is that apparently Moondancer survived until the fall of Equestria and did the whole mind transfer thing to leave some sort of record because everything was destroyed. So Moondancer had to be like pushing 100 or more. She'd certainly outlived all of Twilight's friends. No, don't be sorry, Featherfoot. It's the one thing I get to do here is just dump pony knowledge from my obsessiveness.
You're obsessive?
Yeah, we are all obsessive in our own way. That's why we're here. You look like a horse. We gotta make a move. Cute horse stuff. I wouldn't say the average pony. I would say Moondancer, it was like the exception to a pony who lives over 100. She was just long-lived. She wasn't unusual. People live to be 100. Look at, it was Dick Van Dyke. He just hit 100. She's the Dick Van Dyke of ponies.
If he dies the next couple of days, it's all that you know.
Why is it my fault?
Because you just like mentioning
I
it.
jinxed him.
Yeah, you just said it. You're like, he lived to 100, and then he's like, eh.
Yeah. He's doing pretty good for 100.
Yeah, but saying they're doing pretty good when like a ingrown hair could kill you type thing.
Yeah. I don't think Granny Smith made it to 100. She's very much implied to be dead by the time the final episode comes around. It's hard to tell how long she's been dead, but about 20 years passed between the second to last episode and the last episode, and Granny Smith does not survive within those 20 years. Sadly, he can't play with Legos anymore. Yes, Dick Van Dyke is not allowed to play with Legos anymore. It clearly states ages 3 to 99.
Does it say 99 plus?
He just says ages 3 to 99.
Well, I mean, like, what if he thinks it's one of his many suppositories?
Wait. How many suppositories is he taking?
I don't know. Why do you know this?
You said it. This is how I know. I mean, I administer them.
All right. Is there any other details I really want to add to this? I could add more ponies. Maybe
more ponies.
I don't know if I.
You can have one licking the wall.
They'll get their tongue stuck.
It's cold.
I think the wall still feels sort of empty.
I mean, it's mostly supposed to be utilitarian on the outside.
Yeah, that's just putting some stuff for
Like that was
whatever.
Little Pip's entire complaint is that most of the vault was pretty bland, and they had some murals being painted to try to liven it up a bit.
Inside the vault, yes.
Yeah. Well, even outside the vault would be worse.
The one thing I'm
meant to keep
noticing,
ponies alive, not be pretty.
at least the light on this is like very bright. I know. Well, okay, yeah, that was the one thing I need to do too. I can't get the lighting done on 100% of this because I need to redo the textures. These could very much change because we've already redone like the vault entrance to have that be like clean metal. That's clean metal. These are not. So these need to be fixed up to look new.
I don't think it was 100 years.
That'll take some time.
It's like 60 years before the start of my Friendship's Magic.
I'm gonna just get rid of this so that I don't have to worry about it.
Like, I think they say that Filthy Riches, it was his grandfather who found it was there too. He was stinking rich. That was who their family did business with.
Can't just say that.
Stinking rich?
Yeah, you're gonna send him mints too? Okay,
Ponyville wasn't that old of a town.
So, unless I want to go and actually have all those textured updated too. I have a feeling that's all one texture though.
I did find it interesting
Yeah,
lore-wise that they couldn't found a town anywhere without first going to Celestia and asking where they could settle. Which makes sense if you think about Equestria as a whole, because any place the ponies are living, she has to send guards to protect them. Because Equestria is a dangerous place. I think we had a large discussion about why there's not a lot of small towns outside of, or small homes that are outside of like town centers. And the reason being is if you want to live out in the middle of nowhere, you're going to get eaten by something. There's like cockatrices that'll turn you to stone and Ursa Majors that'll like chew you up like a corn kernel. And then a whole mess of other things. Like, if they want to establish a town, Celestia has to know about it.
Michaeltown.
Yeah, no, she's like, yes, go off in that dark corner over there. It's definitely full of wolves and shit, but that's the point. I want you to go over there, and I want you to be eaten. It's like, yes, princess. Timberwolves were a big problem for the town, yeah. But she did park them on the edge of the Everfree Forest, but I think it's implied she did it because she knew the land there was fertile and figured they could handle it. Like, Equestria is just a horrifyingly dangerous place that I think most of us would not survive. They try to make it all cute and cuddly and stuff, and happy little horses living their happy little horse lives. But outside their towns, they had those freaking tassel worms, giant freaking tremor monsters. They went a little bit outside into the wilderness, and if they left a town center, they got attacked by something. I think when Apple Bloom left to try to make a delivery on her own, Applejack freaked out, and she had every right to freak out. A chimera tried to eat her, like in the swamp.
Okay, so where do I fit this?
Yeah, you cannot leave town centers in Pony World without a guard. Being flanked on both sides.
The timing's off, but
I mean, when Twilight first goes to Ponyville in the very first episode, she doesn't walk there. She has a guard take her. Like 2 guards, I think. Like, by the show's end, she can take care of herself, but... Like, I think one of my favorite scenes is actually in the Everfree, in that episode where they're, like, traveling to different dimensions, I guess. And Luna's just casually walking through the Everfree forest, just blasting the heck out of Timberwolves. And they're just straight up afraid of her. Oh, that was pretty cool.
I don't like this is the first one. I'm gonna put it second one here.
A lot of those monsters were intelligent.
Okay. I need to figure out something here. Like, I want something that's not. I guess I don't even know what I'm put it there because technically I might be stealing space from here to extend it. So maybe not. What's some of these that I can get working on though? Pinky walks away from Pinky or Twilight walks away from Pinky at the party.
That is an important scene. That's the last time they're all together, I think.
No, I don't think all of them are in that scene.
No, they're all at the party.
But I don't know if they're all at that like location talking at once.
Yeah.
Oh god, party means lots of ponies, doesn't it?
I think this is the last time they're all together.
That one I need to
friends.
That one I need to read up again because I know it was at a party, which means like there's an atmosphere that I want to make sure I get done right. And I don't know what that's going to be.
I think that party is important because that's where Twilight and Pinky's relationship falls apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. So I have a little like.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of blood.
No, it's not that. I had a little cut there, and this little flap of skin was hanging out, and I kept hitting it, and it hurt. And I just had to cut the skin off. Now it's better.
Surgery.
Rarity and Fluttershy. That actually would be easy. It's just like Rarity and Fluttershy crying.
Well, the crying from Fluttershy and the look on Rarity's face, like holy shit.
The only part would be hard with that is clipping. 2 very different models interacting with each other.
I make them hug, like the ponies hug.
Oh no, it's like it sounds like Fluttershy. That one I'd probably have to read up on too. A lot of these I'm probably gonna have to do that with. We already got that picture started. Because I want to get some of these things figured out. I do have to figure out what scenes I want to do Happy Old Times with, and do that because I have a full.
I mean, it's either you're going to be taking clips from the show or just remaking clips from the show.
Yeah, it's probably going to be me remaking. But it has to be not only clips that are recognizable and partially emotional, but also, more importantly, ones that I can actually remake. Because, like, if they have very unique if they're at Rainbow Falls, I'm not going to have the models to make it look like Rainbow Falls.
Well, it's got to be from the first season and a half. Because that's where it diverges.
Yes and no. If it's just some generic thing of those 2 interacting in a happy way, I could use other seasons. If it's a specific thing that happened. If
you pull something out of season 3, people are going to point like, that shouldn't be here.
Yeah, but it's just them being happy.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, that happy could have happened in season 1 and a half. You just didn't see it.
Okay.
They have lives outside of what is being recorded. This isn't a Truman Show.
Can't do Sleepless in Ponyville. That's all I'm saying. Even though that's a great episode. It's like the only really good episode from season 3.
Yeah, so I had to figure some of those out.
Ghostbusters is good.
I do have to figure out that soul splitting thing again. I have to figure out one of the more energy build scenes here.
The soul splitting one.
Huh?
That picture from the soul splitting one. I don't like what I'm seeing.
Why?
Freaking snips.
Yeah.
Needs snipped.
Why?
No, it's just very unsettling. The shadowing, I guess.
He's got a cape that's blowing in the wind. It's a bad cape. It's a cheap cape. It's like 2019 cape. There's probably better ones now, but and then that's one that's a little bit rougher to do.
That's a cool.
Oh, I do have to transfer like the other vault door stuff to this one. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't really have to transfer it. I just have to replace the textures. I'm kind of curious how that's going to affect the lighting. So I'm going to go poke at that a little bit.
To investigate the shadow bones. From my understanding of what was going to be in G5, Celestia and Luna kind of played out their role longer than most. Alicorns eventually go to the realm of Skyros because living among mortals for a really long time and watching them die over and over and over again kind of negates most having any real relationships. Because if you get attached to somebody and then they die and then you do it again and they die, eventually you kind of just want to not do that anymore. So Alicorns go to Skyros. And Celestia was mostly just waiting for her sister's return before she left. Luna going to the moon is why Celestia reigned for as long as she did.
Why are you thinking? I don't think it is, but...
So like the elves in Lord of the Rings, yes, they had overstayed. I think they kind of implied throughout the series that Celestia really didn't care anymore. By the time Friendship is Magic starts, Celestia is done. She's just kind of done. She's keeping a smile on and she's still a kind soul, but she's ready for retirement. Her sister's back.
There's retirement. It's just a couple. You take a couple different drugs, you mix them together.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Go out fun.
I'm sure she just probably pounded a half bottle of whiskey a day, and said, and when somebody told
her,
her,
yeah, that file was crashing all the time.
Oh yeah, fix it. And it wasn't my hair.
It might be.
It's not the hair. It works in other shots.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what was causing it to crash.
I think when somebody asked her where the best like equivalent to Celestia as far as how long lived she is, how the Alicorns in general, is to compare them to the elves in Lord of the Rings. Like, they're not immortal and they will die someday, but that someday is way off.
Let's see, poke at this one a bit.
No, I think Celestia and Luna were both ready for to be done. I think we even talked about. I think that's supposed to be the Ministry of Awesome.
It was just a building that was big and fancy.
Yeah.
But then I had to put some of Canterlot behind it. But I can't like. It was really hard to like make. Because I think that's what you're supposed to be like. There's a courtyard between them all, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the 6 ministries in Canterlot, and they all kind of face each other with like a little courtyard in the center.
The issue was, it's supposed to look like the pink cloud was like rolling off of things. That's tough. Like,
I don't know if you'd have to go that deep into it. It looks pretty decent to me.
Well, it's supposed to be that it was so obscured she couldn't see out the window.
Yeah,
it says that specifically. So I wanted to have it so that, because if I have her looking out a window and there's like nothing there, it's just pink, that's not fun. So I wanted it to be whatever, and I had to figure out how to make this actually look like glass, because like right now there's nothing. But
glass
SFM doesn't.
Tricky with.
SFM's not good with glass, especially when you go to
glass from the other side. Can you just
this side?
I don't know. Maybe I was just kind of seeing the textures. You can put like a invisible texture on there.
There is a floating crack.
Oh yeah.
I put on there, but I don't even think that's that great. This scene is horribly Like, for what it is,
It's a good
this
base.
is way too many lights.
Why did you put in so many lights?
I don't know. I made this like 6 years ago. And the glass crack is also 10 lights.
Let's see, is Luna's retirement? No.
Oh, some of it, okay, I understand a little bit. Trying to make the room look right, the candlelight thing. I kind of want to just completely redo like the outside stuff. I'm okay with the building, but I feel like I really need to redo the lighting or something. Don't like it.
I do. I think the thing that I'm saddest about with G5's end is that they were building into a story where they were going to look for Skyros, to find Celestia, Luna, and Twilight and ask for their help. But we never got that far. They even had this whole animatic planned out for like to re-show the battle between Celestia and Luna in a far more epic light. But they never got that far before the show got canceled mid-season, abrupt.
I can have the smoke billow out. Oh, the problem is, if I were to take some of those models and like, no, because even if I put them on a map, I can't use the lock to ground bit. Because I could do it in pieces, and you could have just one particle that goes to a certain bit time and then falls off, and then just kind of like put some here and then one up here and then like one over here, one over here, like kind of just put it in a lot of the different places that it would come over and kind of billow over, and then just make lots of copies. That could work. Yeah, I think that's going to be like the difficult thing to figure out with this.
They get the Skyros and Celestia like, Luna, help, they found us. Like, we don't want to go back. We're so tired. We're old. Leave us be.
Figure out the wording.
No, finding Twilight would have been a big deal. Because I honestly wanted to hear from her what happened. And again, we'll never get to. The only people who have that probably are under, like, contracts where they can't talk about it for 10 years.
Okay, Rainbow SPP, Fluttershy crying in the spa, pre-war, score, rarity death room description, very positive sounding.
Oh, I'm gonna drink my other drink.
Okay, no, so that was the description of the room. I have it separated. They go in the room and then she sees the memory, or Ben sees the memory, but the room is described in a different portion, and so I marked both. And I thought about putting Fluttershy in here, like at the beginning, or like a flash next to her to kind of imply that Fluttershy just disappeared. Yeah, because it says outside the pounding thunder and violent light show continued. Because if I remember right, the shield was up because they were being bombarded by things. With a bang, the second set of mahogany doors at the front of the meeting room slammed open, and that's when she enters. I want to know when the pink started coming. All the turned towards the window. It had almost repaired itself, the hole now the size of a baseball. Outside, the shield continued to fluctuate under the massive fiery barrage. Then we saw it, a thick pink mist rolling over the city. It consumed block after block, flooding down alleys and boiling over the tops of buildings. Verity let out a gasp as the thick pink mist splashed against the towering Ministry of Image, breaking around it as the same wave of pink rolled over the Ministry of Arcane Technology, drowning it completely. I blinked and the ministries on the opposite end of the ministry were all gone. And then the trees were gone. Pink washed over the grassy park, the reflecting pool, and all the panicked, terrified ponies below. While Pink rushed at us, the park was gone. So yeah, it's supposed to be like
it's thick.
Yeah, it's a thick blanket.
Where was
there was nothing outside the window anymore, it says, after it hits.
Do you remember where the gas was coming from?
It just says from the city.
Well, it's coming from the treasury.
Well, it's not.
I'm asking from like.
No, I know that. I don't care about where in lore. This isn't freaking trivia. This is me trying to figure out.
Tell me more.
I'm just trying to figure out what it looked like. So it did say that it was boiling around. One of them went and completely covered it up, but tall buildings weren't, which to me means it's tall enough. But if you can see it going through city blocks, it also can't be too high. It's just that if it hits a building, it's going to build up until it can flow over.
It filled up the bubble that the princesses put around the city to the brim. They were barely.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But when the first like layer is going to be very low, and then it's going to be building up on stuff, and then it's going to cross over it and then it's going to be permanently crossing over it. So like it's still going to be working off of normal like physics.
I always did like the story point though, that they erected the barrier to protect the city from the bombs, but after the light gas started filling the city, they maintained the barrier to keep the gas from escaping and pouring out to the towns below. Give them more time to evacuate.
Oh, and actually this if I want to show the cloud coming in, Fluttershy has to be there.
Yes, Fluttershy should be there.
But I don't want to have Fluttershy here. And if that's the case,
Fluttershy would absolutely be there though.
But I have to have her gone.
And Angel Bunny.
Which means the best way to do it is not have the clouds on there at all. Instead, just have a silhouette of something out the window.
It would just be pink.
It would just be pink, but I'm going to put I would like to have a silhouette of something.
Yeah, you can have just the barely a silhouette of buildings.
Because if I show it coming, I don't want Fluttershy in there because I want to show them all individual. If I have Fluttershy there, then it takes away from a little bit of the thing later. And also then she would be in a panic and they'd be talking, where I don't want that. That feels like it's taking away from the atmosphere.
I always got sad with the Project Horizons version of this scene, because it very much implies that Rarity's death was a very slow one.
Oh yeah, probably.
She was only getting poisoned through the gas that was touching her hoof.
Mm-hmm.
So
and she couldn't move it anymore. She was locked there.
She was locked there because between the gas and the self-repairing window, she was stuck.
Well, the gas fused her to the window.
Yeah, and the window was self-repairing, so it kind of fused as well. But it was a double whammy. She was stuck. She wasn't going anywhere, short of cutting her hoof off. And I don't think she was ready to do that.
So having a silhouette gets a little hard. For one, do I keep this giant window then? I'm wondering if it'd be better to do a couple windows. I think they talked about one, but this is nobody ever is going to cut a piece of glass that big.
Well, you're just saying that because you live in Minnesota.
No, that size of glass would be so hard to work with.
I have seen windows that big.
Yeah, I don't. Well, for one, this is a meeting room. They wouldn't want to have a big open window there anyway. But
what are you talking about? Crazy.
I can. I know this is just random. This
is the Ministry of
frames.
Image they're in.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be fancy.
I know, but it's talking about security. People just looking through the wall.
They had a shield of magical barrier around the entire building. All the ministries had that.
But just like with anything, any security you can put in place, somebody is going to be smart enough to do whatever it takes to negate that in some way. You can have the smartest people in the world that are all together to make the biggest protection for computer stuff, but everybody's going to miss something.
She can have a big window. I don't think it's a big deal.
No, the big window is the problem, though, because the big window doesn't make it feel like a window. If I shrink it down and give it some crossbars, it'll feel like a window.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do, is by shrinking it down. Originally I had it nice and big so you can see the smoke come over, but if I'm not actually going to be able to deal with the smoke coming over, then
Unless
why
you
not?
add Fluttershy to the scene, which I don't see why you don't want to.
Because they would have to be conversing and talking, and I want it to be atmospheric.
Okay.
That would completely ruin the atmosphere. Everything. There's a bunch of singing going on, and now they're like having a conversation that's not in going with what's going on at the time.
This is where she's teleported Fluttershy already away.
Yeah, it'd be where she. I kind of want to have it where Fluttershy.
Well, you can have Angel Bunny still there because she doesn't teleport away Angel Bunny. Angel Bunny finds his own way out.
Angel Bunny's model is the trashiest model in the entire SFM.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like, I don't even think it doesn't have. Its eyes can't move. It's like, I think its ears kind of can. That was why I
didn't really understand why she didn't also teleport to Angel Bunny, but she just didn't.
In this video when I had Angel Bunny.
Yeah, he is trash.
When I had to shut off the phone, that model was so bad that the easiest way to have it do an interaction with anything was just face bash, because there was nothing else I could do. The face had no emotion, so I had to hide it behind it. It was so bad.
That's the tragedy about Rarity. Her soul wasn't able to move on until all of the statuettes were destroyed. And the only one who could destroy them were Snips and Snails. And I think Snips... They do find the statues and they do manage to destroy them. And Rarity's soul is finally set free. But it took them a while.
Yeah, but it was her fault for doing all that.
Yeah, well, she wanted her friends to be safe. So it's not like it didn't come from a good place.
Yeah, I know, but again, she did it to herself.
Yeah.
Being from a good place, but she still caused it.
Well, like the original idea was to make armor out of ponies. Like the pony who wore the armor, part of their soul would be attached to the armor. And then they realized why that's a bad idea for a couple reasons. The only thing that came out of it was the statues. And she only allowed the use of her own soul.
Okay, so the trim is going to be a little interesting because it's not... I think I went that high maybe because this is how big the trim was. So I'm saying that's the Ministry of Arcane Sciences across the street.
Is it the? I thought it was the Ministry of Awesome across the street.
I don't know. I have no idea.
They're very descriptive.
They talked about it coming over things, and they say in different orders, but they don't really say where it is by comparison. At the beginning of the chapter, it might have said, but it really doesn't matter because what I write here is not going to be visible anywhere.
I think the Ministry of Awesome was made out of pure obsidian, which is weird.
Yeah, but it's Rainbow Dash.
Yeah. It would look pretty cool, a building made out of solid obsidian.
No. It would not look good at all.
It'd be cool.
It would just be a big black thing that you go like, wow, that's neat. And then just be like, all right, now compared to everything else, this looks like trash.
No different than the Twilight's Castle in the middle of freaking Ponyville.
Okay, that's different because that's official.
Wow.
You can't make fun of that, Michael.
They will send their Hasbro execs here to beat us up.
No, they won't. They would have somebody else hired and then they would take credit.
No, yeah. Well, they'd have somebody else go do it, and then a guy above them would be like, I told them to do that. Praise me. And then everybody would clap for him and forget about the people who actually did the work. That's what being an upper manager is all about.
Okay, I believe this frame is only on one side. It's got a bit of that clipping thing, but if I guess right, maybe this is not the right camera. That's the right camera.
Ooh, getting chills.
Yeah, this isn't set. So if I change that, it's still doing it.
You just turned to a big portal to the nether. Yes.
Probably.
Is that what this is kind of going to end up look like a nether portal? Oh, with the obsidian. Rainbow Dash just kind of walks from windowsill to windowsill, starting little fires, and nobody's exactly sure why. Definitely trying to open another portal. I always think of like they did use obsidian as weapons, and it's kind of interesting what they would do. They even had obsidian swords, but it's not like a sword made of solid obsidian. What they would do is they would take a piece of wood, and then they would stick a bunch of like chunks of obsidian into that piece of wood, and then that would become like their sword. It would definitely cut.
Well, I guess I think obsidian's pretty difficult to work with.
That's glass and ash is what it is.
Yeah, but trying to get that like formed into a specific shape, and it's probably very brittle if you go to like hit anything with it.
You're not gonna make a whole sword out of it, no, but that's not what they did.
You
They,
make a stick.
You get a stick and you put pieces of obsidian into the stick. And then they've made decent arrowheads. Which I
could see a little more. Don't know if that's centered or not. But see, now it actually looks like a window.
Yeah. I do like that more.
Yeah, it's before it was just, now I can get away without a glass.
Yeah.
It was so big before that I had to have something provided as glass, and there was nothing. I can't show a hole, but it's fine because she's got her hoof on it, so I don't need to worry about that. If I do a full pink window too, I have to redo all the lighting though, because there would be almost no shadows in the room. It would be a strange, eerie, shadowless light.
You can have like rolling smoke.
I'll have it look like it's boiling outside.
You don't have to have it like pure pink.
Well, it's gonna be changing and moving, but it's gonna be all pink. But if you had a big pink thing outside the window and it was lit and fairly bright, that whole room would just be flat pink with no shadows, because there'd be light coming from every source. Yeah. Underneath the table there still would be, because it would be a large enough blockage, but because right now it's getting these little like cast shadows here, those would not be there at all. That would just be flat lighting. But that's where this is a horribly inefficient shot, but if I just make this a big mask of stuff, it'd probably make this a little easier. I think, do I have a volumetric? I have to have one. Pink cloud volumetric. So we're just going to grab this one. I'll put this in my trim.
A pineapple.
Okay. Oh, ooh, this is
very pink.
Very pink. So to make the silhouettes work at all, I have to turn off whatever lights are on outside, and then I have to have a volumetric of some kind that is definitely has a distance to it, because if I use multiple, or if there's any other lights that are out there, you're going to see those lights because you can see it through the smoke. So silhouettes are going to be a little tough. Let's turn those off for now, just so I have the one volumetric cloud. I think it's this one. Yep. And the camera's back there. Oh, actually the camera. Oh, I'm behind the building. Like the whole scene is right there. I am way up there. Okay. We're going to go to like...
Yeah, I just really like that whole backdrop you created. I want it to remain in some...
It's going to. But like I have to change the sky. I think this is an actual skybox.
Well, it's very pink.
It's going to be tough to do some of this. Grass detail. Like why is there grass detail?
Did you?
No, those are large models. They're the quick ones, because originally this camera came in at a higher angle, I think. Yeah. And then I think I changed it to try to improve performance.
I could very much see you spending hours putting down grass you never see.
Those are the really cheap ones, though. They're the quick ones in groups. Cancel that main, cancel that grand ambient. Okay, we can turn off all those. These were all ones that are in this room. I will have to go and turn off the self illumination for the windows. That's a separate thing though. Okay. Let's zoom this in a little bit more. The more zoomed it is, the higher the quality of the shadows. So, right, and then what is lighting the background? It is that, but I believe, yeah, there's no light on that. That is also one that I should be able to. Did I have it open? I swear. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I like having that one open because I always go back and forth between these two. Okay. That'll make the background actually like lit appropriate. Okay. Because like this is still not obscure enough. But being that volumetric lights are, in essence, they are still volumetric lights. What probably will be better for this is I will definitely use some volumetric light because I want it to glow a little bit. But I think I'm going to have to do the other trick of using layered models of certain transparencies. The nice thing is though, I don't have to do it as thick as I did on some of the other ones. I could probably do them at like 1% instead of like 0.001%. Then just do lots and lots of layers of that to try to make it obscure as it goes in the distance. It'd probably give a much better effect and cleaner effect. This is way high. Oh, it's not that high. It just is whatever. So I like this way more already. I'm just going to get rid of all these like outdoor lights.
So now that made it brighter.
It just does that for its processing. Volumetric, if I start doing certain things, it'll like build up. Like trying to think of, there's some buttons you can do that. It'll start multiplying until you like hit play. All right, so the rim on her is fine. It's just not pink enough. And I'll definitely have to brighten that room a lot more because this should be more like, that's the main shadow light. It should be more like,
it's such a simple thing that she did to try to keep the gas out.
Like
and it ended
that.
up being what kills her.
There, so this would cause a little bit of shadow because she's going to be blocking some of it.
Though if she hadn't done it, it would have killed both her and Fluttershy.
Yeah. Well, in a way, Fluttershy killed Rarity.
No.
Yeah. Who put the hole in the window?
I can't remember.
Fluttershy threw a chair out the window.
Oh.
So in the end, Fluttershy probably spent all those years also realizing that she did something that caused Rarity to die.
Well, she did something that caused everyone to
I know,
die
but then her close friend too. Like Rarity or Fluttershy effed everything up.
When Fluttershy went into the Everfree, when Rarity teleported her out of there.
What was the pink gas? It was a necromantic cloud of just like undead energy type stuff that ended up causing anything organic to essentially melt. And so when Rarity had her hoof on the window and the stuff hit it, along with the repairing window, it essentially melted her hoof to the window. So she was unable to remove it. Anybody that it runs into, like Little Pip had her pip buck on, and she spends enough time in the pink cloud, not this thick, this is the worst of it, but had enough of it on there that it caused her pip buck to become fused to her. So
she can't take it off anymore.
It's like it basically just slowly melts flesh.
That's why Steel Hooves can't leave his armor, because
he's basically become it
in the city when the bomb initially went off.
He's a ghoul that can still survive with basically nothing, but at the same time he is the armor now. He is just skin melted to metal.
But Little Pip does threaten, kind of straight up threaten him. She's like, I think I can open the armor, and he's like, no.
It would tear him apart.
It would rip him to shreds if the armor was
to shreds
open.
You say?
To shreds. It probably would not be quick or painless.
Well, I gotta spin these trees. I realize every one of these trees is the exact same rotation. And it's bugging the crap out of me.
It's Squidlows. It's just like, I'm gonna open that armor. I'm gonna watch it stop and explode.
She'd be into it.
Dude.
Okay. Now they're a little different because I could see like this had this little like edge in the left and they're all that way. So, and those aren't good trees. But when they're low resource, when the ambient or not the ambient occlusion, when the bokeh kind of kicks in, it kind of smooths everything out anyway. And especially if I start really like beefing up these clouds, it's not going to matter too much. I think the background now actually works better because it all blends in and it makes it feel like there's a lot more detail there, but you just can't see it.
Is that from a fixed sunset or is that just your own personal imagination? Is that his graphic?
It definitely sounds like a brony thing to think up.
Yeah.
What if we made it worse?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to be done. We're ending a little early because we got to pack and get ready and get to bed early because of early flights. So
8:30. I get back 8:30.
Yeah, you have 27 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you get all your laundry out?
Yeah.
You all packed?
95%.
Well, you got to get that finished.
I know, before this kicks in.
Well, we're going to go another 20 minutes.
No.
There was, I don't know if Lyra was on there for the original book because the Lyra on the bench meme, I don't think started until after this was written. So,
been like close.
Yeah, it was probably close. I'm thinking that might have been from one of the others. Time for you to run then? No. I want whatever. I'm gonna get all packed. Spend all of my time packing. I got a couple other things to do on my computer, but then packing and trying to settle down and get to bed early.
I do know in the book, and you do see Twilight Sparkle's mother. She's in Vault 1. Before? She is fused to a wheelchair, and she's kind of treated poorly because of it. Because she's treated poorly because she's the mother of Twilight Sparkle. And a lot of people blame the Ministry Mares for everything that happened. But I think Steelhooves is disgusted by her treatment in Vault 1 and tells Little Pip to come back for her. But she's never able to because Camrock gets destroyed before she has a chance. Poor Twilight Velvet.
Thank you to Nolan for the resub of 60 months. In that 5-year mark, thank you very much. And also thank you to Pure Blue Heart and the Raiders for popping in and sticking around and talking.
Yeah.
And there's a few people that stuck around. Yeah, because it's short and you can go to sleep.
It's short, I can go to sleep. And I know I'm going to get at least 7 hours, hopefully. That's my goal. Because I need to be up like 3:30, right?
We are going to be heading out by around 4:30.
So yes.
So it depends. I only need like...
shower.
I probably need to get up a little bit earlier because if Adam's getting up too, I want to make sure if he's showering that I get in there in time.
He's probably not going to shower.
No, probably not, but I would hope not. Like if you're just going to drive people to the airport, I would just get up and do it later.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, we will see you guys on Tuesday in a week. We'll be back then. No first stream Friday, no stream Sunday. And I guess we'll see you then.
My foot's asleep.
Yeah, so goodbye, everybody.
Jeez. There we go. I'm going to sit here for just a minute. No, my foot is very much numb as hell.